Hello Virgo. Today is the 14th of January. This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to record and upload a video a little bit about me and my background and why I'm here on YouTube. I'm in the very beginning of what I'm experiencing as a fairly good learning curve. I've been playing with my camera today. I've recorded some practice videos. I am a clairvoyant, a clairaudient, and a person who seems to be able to cross the veil through the dream time. And so my entire life I have experienced many unusual things, lovely things, some of them frightening. It took me a while to understand. And there are a lot of changes going on for me, and so I am finally in a place where I am ready and available to myself and to you, to anyone who stumbles across these videos. My heart goes out to everyone. We are all traveling together in this cosmic soup. And my goal is simply to be a channel for you as you navigate through your own life with your own heart and your own soul wisdom. I have shuffled the deck. As I was shuffling and laying down the cards, the sun began to set, and the change in the way the light came through the window cast shadows on what I was doing, and so I clipped off that part of the video. And apologies, I assure you that these cards are what came out from Spirit. I am using the Celtic Wisdom Tarot by Caitlin Matthews. These cards have always spoken to me. I stumbled across them in a bookstore some years back and instantly knew in my heart and mind that I was to pick them up and take them home. And so they've been with me for a long time. Up until now, I've used them only to seek answers for myself and wisdom and guidance. The artwork is just fantastic. I've never seen anything like this. They're incredibly beautiful. They speak to me, I believe, because I am Irish by descent and Scottish, and both of my grandmothers had what I call the vision, the sight. And for me, at least, it lends another piece of mind and heart beauty to be using the wisdom of my ancestors as we seek out information and assistance and understanding on our path through life. So, of course, I'm hoping you enjoy this and it speaks to you. And I have decided to do tarot readings and use some other divinatory methodologies as a way for me to share the gifts that I have. And as I pondered long and hard, how do I do this? I finally thought, well, gee, by historical fact, I'm not a tarot card reader. However, I believe this is a way that the things that come to me, that I understand, my abilities as a channel. So my hope is not to see into the future for you. It is actually to just channel messages. And without further ado, I could go on a little more, but I'll leave that for the introductory video. I'm just going to ask Spirit. I have asked Spirit messages for Virgo on this day, not particularly for any month of February, etc. I hope to put videos up at least once a month, but I'm feeling inspired to do this today. And so I have asked for wisdom to come through, whatever messages might be helpful to people who are Virgos. So let's see what we've got. And forgive me while I play with my camera. I'm just going to be learning as I go and unembarrassed about that. So I just would like to start by showing you what is at the center of this reading. The Queen of Art. Look at how beautiful. I hope you can see the artwork. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Queen of Art sits on a throne. You can see behind her the triple spiral of life, the mystery, the energy that comes, that she holds, that she radiates. Sorry, I'm just getting used to this. Oh my goodness gracious. Should have left it alone. Queen of Art. Sitting peacefully with confidence. She looks very serene. She is clearly imbued with some sacred knowledge. There's a lot of energy flowing around her. And at her side, the fire of life. And so she sits inside. It is her throne, but it is also what surrounds her is the triple spiral of life. And her energy describes and gives life to, if you will, this notion of the triple spiral of life, the fire of life, the vibratory energy of this state of being is what gives energy to you at this point. So just try to keep that notion while we go through the reading, and I will do the same for you. So if this is the energy that is guiding us at this point, guiding Virgos, giving life to your reading, giving life to your state of being, what is underlying that? So here at the center of the reading, we have the Protector. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it better. And I'm going to use the book because I don't have these things memorized. So what I want to do is give a little bit of information from the Celtic Wisdom Tarot. But if we look at the Protector, it's a similar theme. We see here what looks like a glyph, hieroglyphics, the spiral again of life, this, the world, the great seat of wisdom is what is coming through to me, and a person who stands basking in the glow, standing on or with the ancient of the the wisdom of the ancients. Not really at his feet, but underneath. What I'm hearing is it's the foundation upon which he is standing, or this person. And I guess I also want to say that for me, in these readings, gender has little importance. These are messages about people. We have to use pictures and words to translate our messages. I am not involved in the business of assigning gender to anyone or anything. And so for me, these images are about the underlying meaning. So let's take a look and see what the ancients had to say about this. The Protector indicates wholeness, happiness, attainment, success, simple joys and pleasures, devotion, fortunate meetings, gratitude for life, marriage or partnership, good health, openness, sincerity, safety after peril, and contented circumstances. So it seems, dear Virgo, that perhaps many of us, I'm a Virgo, have been through some challenging times. It certainly was true for me over the past year, and I understand that all of us who walk this path with this Virgo assignment, if you will, as do all the signs, have certain ways of being, certain challenges that we come through to learn about. And so let's read something about the Protector, the soul wisdom of the Protector of Lore. The Protector of Lore brings everything and every being into the realm of simplicity and joy, where it can reveal itself and its gifts naturally. By aligning with our true self, things go smoothly. And the soul question is, who are you in your true self? So I know certainly that's why I'm here today. I've been asking myself that question, and I think that many of us Virgos, many people, not just Virgos, but for us that is the center of the matter. What is it that we are meant to be doing? What is your true self? And it's not about all the tasks you do. Virgos are very busy. We strive for perfection. We love order because we know that in that order, life comes through. So, okay, let's find out a little bit more about this journey. This beautiful. I love that this is both female and male in terms of imagery. So we will set these two aside a little bit, side by side, and see what happens. I love that. It's interesting that it's both genders. And that we are seeing images of the ancients, as well as this person, apparently a woman, female energy, the energy of fertility and growth and vision is what this card says to me. The passion for life, the fire for life. So there is a balance and there is a middle way that we can see through our gender assignments, whatever they might be, male and female, standing on the ground of the ancients. Let's look at the Queen of Art a little bit and see what is to be said about this amazing person. The Queen of Art, upright, is a visionary woman, able to implement her dreams. Emotionally mature, loving, sensitive to others' needs, she prefers home to the world at large and is attuned to the resonances of music, poetry, the arts as soul food. She enjoys a contemplative and creative existence. Pleasure. She is the she is the mother of memory, able to call upon the resources of life to nourish, heal, and instruct. She keeps alive the sacred fires of creativity and kindles our creative flame. And the soul question she asks is, who or what nurtures your soul? That's very interesting. That's a very powerful, profound, central message. So let's move on and see what lies around this. So here, I'm going to scroll back out a little bit. You can see the rest of the cards together. This is your very recent state of being. The elopement of knowledge. And put together with what we were just talking about, or what I was just talking about. I'll try not to talk in the third person. What's coming through about this, just these three cards, and I think what I'm getting is that this is happening simultaneously, or the elopement of knowledge. If you look at this card, we have rooster, dog, rabbit, weasel, fish, birds, something from every realm here. And they are apparently dancing around or rising up out of the sacred vessel, the mystery of life. And so it seems to me there are many thoughts that have been dancing around your head, coming up out of your heart. Your heart mind is what I'm hearing, out of your heart mind, and that is a place in which we touch the wisdom and the knowledge that it lives behind the veil. That we don't, most of us don't really pierce the veil on a day-to-day life. We have to be here. We're here walking the earth for a reason. But something is happening. Something's been happening. There's been a lot of movement. This card is a card of movement, and the arching color, what I'm getting is the energies around you, the energies in your heart and your mind are dancing in, and dancing keeps coming through. It's like you're dancing with the energy of life. Inside the veil, on the other side of the veil, your soul is moving in all these many ways, with all these representations, in the energy of transformation. I'm going to show you this card a little closer. Blue is the sacred color of transformation, and certainly something inside of you desires. That's what's coming through. There is a desire on your part, somehow connected to the mysteries of the unknown sides of life behind the veil. And many words for that. There's a lot of energy coming through as I hold the card. Whatever this is about for you, and again, this is a general reading, of course, there's something about the energy that's going on, the things you're thinking about, your heart, how your mind understands the information that is coming through the portal of your heart. That's the message. So let's see what the book has to say about that. Elopement of knowledge. Study or apprenticeship. Practical application to a task. Engagement or absorption in work. Craftsmanship. Commissions. Proficiency or qualification in a technique. And the soul wisdom is connected with mastery. For us to attain any mastery in any area of learning, we have to engage and connect with the knowledge that is already in us. This takes a period of assimilation and practice. And so Spirit asks you, what needs to be assimilated? What are you trying to master? So the message about your thoughts, very on point. There's something happening inside of you. You are working very hard on both sides of the veil. That's what I'm getting. So perhaps, depending on who you are, there's a moment of importance in your soul journey. Some of you may be working in a very practical way, like us Virgos do, to master a skill or an art. I'm hearing the word profession, so, obviously stimulated by some of the words we heard about this card. But there's something very deep about this, somewhat watery, as if there's a transition happening. And I suppose if we, Virgos, are working on mastery at this point, that inherently is about transition. I'm going to read the little story that goes with this. There was a Welsh goddess. She had a cauldron of wisdom. It was set to brew for a year and a day in order to give her son the attributes of knowledge. However, she set the boy to tend the cauldron, and when the brew boiled over, he caught some drops from the cauldron on his fingers. When he thrust his fingers into his mouth to cool the burns, he accidentally imbibed all the knowledge and immediately realized that his mother, in her anger, would soon be after him. He turned into a hare and ran away, but she followed him as a greyhound. He became a fish, and she an otter. He became a bird, and she a hawk. Finally, he dived into a pile of wheat, and she turned herself into a red hen and scrabbled him up into her crop. 9 months later, he was born as the great poet Taliesin. I don't know anything about that. That's an interesting story. So there's been an intention has been set somewhere in the background, in your mind and your heart, and you're impatient. Just like the boy in the story, there's a sense of impatience and a wanting to move forward. Perhaps knowing something about your destination and the energies that are there. Okay, so, well, of course, the soul. Makes perfect sense. When you look at this photo of the soul, you see again the color of blue, the color of transformation, and that is part of the message that's coming through. I keep hearing the word transformation. So, pardon me. I want you to be able to see this really clearly. This card indicates a new phase or a fresh start. Having vision or faith in oneself, opportunity, enthusiasm, playfulness, trust, a sense of protection. If you look closely at the illustration, there's a person sleeping in the dream time. It's interesting. Deep in sleep. Comfortable. And in the sleep, the soul lifts, goes through a portal into the dream time and embarks on its own journey. And what I'm hearing is just a reminder that we are here on this earth. We slumber sometimes our way through life while we meet life's many challenges. Don't forget that your soul is here on a journey. And even if you think you are slumbering, not meeting your destiny, etc., things are perfect the way they are. That's what I'm hearing. And your soul is journeying. Some of you out there may be doing this intentionally now. Making a new start, a fresh beginning. In the traditional tarot, this card, I believe, is the Fool. And again, this deep blue color, the color of transformation. Something is happening. You can see that your body slumbers and your psyche travels on, your mind, heart, into another dimension. Looking with your back to the physical world. looking out into the mystery of the universe. That's really beautiful. Here. Perfect sense. This makes perfect sense to me now. The revelation of battle. I'm just going to put my book down for a minute. Spirit is telling me to just sit with the cards. It's interesting. If we just look at this and its implication, if you will. Here we are. In the very recent past, Spirit is telling me this is happening almost, as I said, at the same time that this is happening. There's been a battle. And there is some sorrow. But also in that sorrow, I'll lift this up and show this to you. If you see this woman sitting in what appears to be the snow, and again, do you see the deep blue above her head? The night sky, the mystery, and this person who is wounded, we can assume this is, something happening. It's a battle. She's crying over a warrior. There are lots of surface ways to interpret this. But what's coming through for me is that there has been a death of something in your internal life. And there is some mourning, some upset about that. But I'm just going to put this really close, see if you can see her face. There are some tears there, but she appears to be deep inside, meditating and pondering. Do you see her open palms? Letting what is meant for this transition in, perhaps asking for help. But she is deep in meditation. More than grief. She is connected in behind the veil